Alright, people are still reacting at the way and manner at which EFCC arrest go about making arrest. Well, the arrest of VDM is still in trend. A lot of persons have continued to react to the arrest of Very Dark Man, stating that there should be justice for Very Dark Man as to the way he was arrested. It violates criminal process. There are processes to making an arrest, especially when a citizen is not wanted, when the person is not blacklisted, is not running, is a public figure, somebody that we know. Well, different reactions has continued to trail up on the social media as to reason why EFCC keep behaving like this. Joining us on the studio this morning, watch this video to the end and hear the legal process at which EFCC is supposed to make their arrest. I'll be right back.
Stories to unfold this morning. What do you think of the mode of how VDM was arrested? You know, with the balaclava on his head and everything. How do you think that arrest was? And under Nigeria's criminal procedure, does it violate due process?
If you, for us to unpack what happened that day, from what was alleged, we didn't see the videos, but yes, it was alleged that he was, the people who took him were masked, and they also covered his face, and then took him in their vehicle to ensure, and they beat him. He was beaten in the vehicle as they were taking him away. Now, these are clearly against the stipulations of our laws, both the Administration of Criminal Justice Act, the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that deals with the liberty of persons and even the right, of a person who has been accused of an offense. Where a person is not violent during arrest, there's no reason, and for what he's being arrested for, if what the EFCC put out there is anything to go by, they said it is for financial crimes which have been alleged in letters which have been written to them, and for other sundry reasons which have been. So there is nothing that warrants that mode of arrest at all. There is nothing that warrants. It's not the regular procedure that before you arrest a person you have to use violence. So in other words, you have to cover. It was completely overzealousness. It's even beyond overzealousness. It goes on to intimidation. It's sort of that they set out, to intimidate, to ensure that even though there may not be anything, at that point in time that he is intimidated, he's made to feel some pain at that point in time.
Okay, so let's get Edgar in the house, please. Can we have Edgar, please?
Yeah, I'm here. Can
Okay,
you hear me?
Let's see you now. I want to see your dreadlocks. Can you?
I'm tired of. I'm here in Abuja. Can you see me?
I can see you now. So let me ask you, with influence.
Okay, brilliant.
Okay, good to see you. With influencers like VDM now in the spotlight, is this the new battleground for freedom of expression, and is mainstream media doing enough to defend these emerging voices?
I don't understand your question. Why should mainstream media defend this voice? Want to defend the voices?
Yeah, but there's a new with him now in the spotlight. There's a new battleground for freedom of expression. So a lot of people are supporting him, and there are those that are also against him. Do you understand? So that's what I'm saying. That do you think that the media is doing giving him a strong enough voice? Because aside from social media and mainstream papers, do you think he's getting a strong enough voice for his actions in support?
There's strong enough voice from mainstream media, or strong enough voice, from social media. Any one of them, do you think? Let me understand you very well before.
He's being supported enough to give him a strong voice or to support his cause? Do you think he's being supported enough?
Okay, so I think there's a lot of childishness on the part of everybody involved. There's a lot of childishness on the part of the VDM. There's a lot of unprofessionalism on the part of the EFCC, and there's a lot of unprofessionalism, a lot of childishness on the part of those who are following him. I think that VDM should do his people that are following him a lot of good by being a little bit more strategic in the way he's moving. Yes, he has a lot of followers. Yes, he has that level of influence, you know, but his engagements, you know, usually, I don't use the word like it's usually how do I put it now? Funny, you know. So like the last video that he just he pushed out now, immediately came out of it. You know, I listened very intently to that video, and there's no meat I could hold on to. Do you get? I don't understand what he was saying, why he was arrested. He keeps saying, "Oh, GTB, I'm going to call back at you. Don't put money laundering." No, you see, he has a lot of followership from Nigerians who in most cases are not discerning enough to understand the issues he's trying to engage us with. So I think he owes us much more than just rants. I think he owes us a little bit of meat in his engagements. Now he has the audience. I guess maybe that's why mainstream media is not really giving him the kind of backing that he should have, you know, going by the kinds of followership that he's taking. You know, it should give us a little bit much more meat. It should be a little bit much more educative, you know, in some of these submissions, so that those of us who are following on social media can learn a little bit more about the system, about the rules, about the laws of the land. You get? So when you come out and say, "Oh, God punish your papa," "Oh, GTB, I'm waiting for you," you know, those things are very sweet to hear. You get? They're what they call irritating noise, you know, and that's why it drags a lot of followers on the social media who I dare say may not be as discerning, you know, as you would expect those who follow mainstream media. The challenge for him and those. The challenge for him and a lot of them who have this followership you get on social media is to be able to transmute this influence that they've got on social media into real raw power that can actually impact the system. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
It's good that you
so for example, somebody has...
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Somebody has 20 million followers on social media, and that person goes for election and cannot muster 10,000 votes. So we're playing at the social media level of it. Do you get? We're playing social media. So I think VDM has a unique opposition. He has forced himself to the forefront. He has forced himself by sheer guts to the forefront of national discourse. I think he should go back to school. I think he should be more strategic. I think he should surround himself with quality advisors so that he'll be able to make more impact. Like, say, for example, the National Assembly invited him when he had the issue with Bobrisky and the Falanas. And for me, that was a golden opportunity for him to have stood up there and made some very strong statements that would shake the system. You know, but he lost it because there's no capacity there beyond just that rant. You know, he's gone beyond rants right now. He has used the rant to force himself into a reckoning. Do you get? I think it's now time for him to now be more strategic in what he's doing. And by the time he gets more strategic, then...
Sorry that I keep disturbing you. Go ahead.
I'm hearing you.
No, so sorry. Let's finish your sentence.
So by the time he gets a little bit more strategic, then very serious elements within mainstream media, very serious elements within civil society, within governance, within the population will now give him the backing that he needs to be what it is, to be whatever it is that he wants to be.
Now, it's good that you mentioned the GTB angle, because the truth of the matter is that was where the incident happened. I don't know on what premise they're now saying GTB played a major role. Because let's face it, if he had been arrested at the airport or arrested taking this child to school or whatever, are you going to now say the environment or the place where he was arrested played a role in his arrest? So that GTB angle, okay. What's your take on that? I think that should be clear in the first place, that they had no role. It just happened to be their bank. It could have been any other bank.
No. So
So why did they keep blaming GTB?
So my issue, no, it's very beautiful. Very beautiful. I like it. You get, because that throws up another issue, which I've tried to write an article about. Can social media bring down a brand? A very important question we need to ask ourselves.
Yes.
Do you get me now? Can social media bring down a brand? Does a social media titan have the powers to pull down a brand? That is the question that I was asking myself when all of this issue came up. His people says he was arrested in GTB. His people says that GTB was allegedly culpable. His people say, oh, let us move against GTB. Let us withdraw. So my question now is that with all your 12 million or 30 million, 50 million followers, do you now have the influence to affect a brand? That's a question we need to be asking ourselves.
But do you think
if
do you think
this answer to that question, then we don't know.
No, but do you think that this would affect GTB?
I don't think so.
I don't think so too either.
It can't affect GTB from here
No,
to there.
but I think
because
GTB,
what we have in social media is.
I think GTP too should go the extra mile to change the narrative, even if their brand is too big to be affected by it.
No.
I think so?
GTB should ignore.
Really? But people are cutting their cards.
The same way, yes.
People are cutting their cards on social media.
It's what we used to call in Shomolu Tambolo bite. When soldier bite you, what does it? Can it kill you? It can't kill you. It's what in Shomolu we used to call Tambolo bite. When soldier ants bite you, can it kill you? It can't kill you now.
So you think GTB should just ignore it?
What we have, yes, totally. Because you can't engage a mob. There's no rationality. In a mob engagement. Do you get me now? That's why I say that very dark man has reached a position of prominence where he now needs to be more strategic, more qualitative in his engagements. Do you get me now? You know, and then that way, then we'll begin to take it more seriously. Now, if you go to the comment sections of social media, the things you see there will just make you go to sleep. What's all this talk now? You get? So the question now is that how do we turn soft power, fluff power of social media into real, veritable power and influence that can impact society at the level of government, at the level of business, at the level of social activism?
Okay.
Are you getting me now?
Yes.
Are you getting, and that is why the onus on social on VDM and all of these people who have this large followership is for them to better educate themselves on these issues that they are trying to fight, and in the same vein, educate their people. I would have expected VDM to come out yesterday, call a press conference, and talk very intelligently about the issues that led to his arrest. Are you getting me now? And then also talk very intelligently about what Nigerians should do about that issue. Now, whether EFCC was correct or not in the way this is, that's another conversation we should have. EFCC themselves have obviously, allegedly gone overboard with this. The whole thing is now looking like child's play. Iyabos, make we deal with them. Iyabos, make we deal with them. Is that a serious organization? If the man has committed a thorough offense, then there are processes in which we follow. Do you get me now? To deal with that situation up to any level. But you can't carry somebody. The fact that he has been released after 5 days, I don't know what happened behind the doors. But from my secondary school civic class, I'm not a lawyer. I know that after 24 hours, you must be bailed. If you are not bailed, the authority can go to court and get the remand notice of 14 days. I don't understand why he's been released 5 days. It doesn't sit with the 24 hours or the 14 days. I don't know what has happened. You get me now? But as far as I'm concerned, you get me now, the EFCC must be a responsible organization. It must be guided and moved by the rules and laws of Nigeria. And at the same time, this other person who has made himself a self-imposed leader, a self-acclaimed leader of Nigerians, he too must understand how to move. He should go and read people like Gani Fahimi. You should go and read people like Barack Obama, people that have led movements, and see how they led those movements with intelligence, not with rants.
Okay, we are going for a short break.
So you can't have the kinds of...
No, why are you looking so... Finish your sentence.